What if I told you Yellowstone was never supposed to end like this? That the epic multi-generational saga of the Dutton family was cut short, not by ratings, not by story, but by one shocking decision. Kevin Costner walked away, and the entire future of the show collapsed with him. In this video, we're diving deep into what really happened, how many seasons we were supposed to get, and how his exit shattered Taylor Sheridan's master plan. You thought you knew where this was going. Think again. How many seasons were originally planned? When Yellowstone first launched, creator Taylor Sheridan had a clear vision for a long-form, multi-season epic. Early reports suggested the show was mapped out for at least 6 seasons, with the potential for a 7th if the story and fan interest stayed strong. Sheridan's storytelling style relies on slow-burn character development, and a sprawling family drama like the Dutton saga needed time to properly unravel all of its threads. By the time Season 5 premiered, the narrative was only just starting to push into the most intense conflicts, political power grabs, land wars, and internal betrayals. Major arcs involving John Dutton's governorship, Jamie's rise and rebellion, and Beth's ongoing crusade to protect the ranch were meant to evolve gradually across Seasons 6 and 7. These upcoming seasons would have provided closure, transformation, or even destruction for several of the series' most beloved characters. Sheridan had also begun tying the flagship series into a broader universe with spin-offs like 1883, 1923, 4 Sixes, and the upcoming 1944. But those offshoots were never intended to replace Yellowstone. They were meant to deepen its legacy, not carry its unfinished storylines. Cutting the show short not only disrupted Sheridan's roadmap, but also shifted the weight onto these spin-offs to fill in the emotional and narrative gaps left behind. The early end meant that writers had to shift gears and rush toward an accelerated finale. What was once planned as a sweeping final act now risks being compressed into a handful of episodes. While there's still hope that some plotlines may carry into other shows or a potential movie, the truth is that Yellowstone was built for more, and ending it early, especially due to Kevin Costner's exit, changed the course of one of modern TV's most ambitious dramas. Why Kevin Costner left the show. Kevin Costner's unexpected departure from Yellowstone sent shockwaves through the fan base, and the reasons behind it are as layered as the man himself. One of the most talked about factors is the reported scheduling conflict with his other mega project, Horizon. Costner isn't just starring in the ambitious Western epic, he's also directing and producing it. Balancing such a massive undertaking with the demanding shooting schedule of Yellowstone seemed to create a tug-of-war that ultimately pulled him away from the series. For someone as dedicated to his craft as Costner, this decision may have been less about choosing one over the other and more about ensuring he could give his all to a single passion project. But then there's the matter of behind-the-scenes tensions. Rumors swirled for months about growing creative differences between Costner and Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan. While specifics remain murky, insiders have hinted that clashes over the direction of Costner's character John Dutton may have played a role. Was Costner unhappy with how Dutton's arc was evolving? Or was it simply a case of two strong creative visions colliding? Whatever the case, such friction is not uncommon in high-stakes productions, especially when you're working on a show as explosive and beloved as Yellowstone. There's also speculation about Costner wanting to reclaim more balance in his personal life. Shooting Yellowstone required long stints away from home and often on grueling schedules. Costner, a family man at heart, has spoken in the past about the importance of being present for his loved ones. Walking away from the show, while bittersweet for fans, could have been his way of prioritizing that side of his life. After all, even a Hollywood legend like Kevin Costner has limits to how much he can juggle. Lastly, it's hard to ignore the ripple effects of his departure. Costner's portrayal of John Dutton has been the anchor of Yellowstone since day one, and his exit marks not just the end of an era, but also a massive shift in the dynamics of the series. Some fans have expressed concerns about whether Yellowstone can maintain its magic without its patriarch, while others are eager to see how Sheridan and the writers adapt to this monumental change. For now, Costner's departure is steeped in mystery, leaving fans to debate whether it was a necessary evolution or an unfortunate loss for the show. What his exit meant for the storyline. Kevin Costner's exit from Yellowstone sent shockwaves through the show's carefully constructed narrative. As John Dutton, Costner wasn't just a central character. He was the emotional anchor of the entire series. Much of the conflict, legacy, and drama revolved around his decisions as patriarch and governor of Montana. When he suddenly stepped away from the role, it forced the writers to make drastic changes to the remaining storyline, especially since his character was involved in nearly every major plot thread. The show had been building toward a massive showdown involving political corruption, land disputes, and the unraveling of the Dutton family from within. John Dutton's presence was critical in balancing those tensions. His morality, power, and legacy were at the center of it all. Without him, key arcs involving Jamie's betrayal, Beth's revenge, and Case's future had to be restructured or rushed. His exit left a vacuum, making it difficult to deliver satisfying conclusions for characters whose arcs were intertwined with his fate. Narratively, the show lost the luxury of a slow burn. With Costner out, the final episodes now have to explain his absence, wrap up major storylines, and provide closure for fans, all in a compressed timeline. That means we may never see the full weight of John Dutton's downfall or redemption, and his character might exit off screen or with minimal resolution. This undermines years of emotional investment and forces shortcuts in what was originally meant to be a powerful multi-season conclusion. Beyond character dynamics, his departure also derailed thematic elements. Yellowstone has always been about legacy, land, and the cost of power. But without its central figure, those themes risk feeling incomplete. Instead of watching John Dutton fight to preserve the ranch and face the consequences of his leadership, we're left with an abrupt turning point. The story can still end, but without its moral compass and primary architect, it's not ending the way it was meant to. How the ending was changed. The original ending of Yellowstone was meant to be a slow, tension-filled unraveling of the Dutton Empire, one that spanned multiple seasons and gave each character a chance to meet their fate on their own terms. Taylor Sheridan had reportedly mapped out a deeply layered finale, one that showed the generational toll of power, sacrifice, and loyalty. With Kevin Costner's abrupt exit, however, that vision had to be significantly altered, and the story was forced to speed toward an ending far earlier than planned. Instead of gradually bringing the family to a dramatic crossroads in season 6 or 7, the show now faces the challenge of wrapping up major arcs in the remaining episodes of season 5. John Dutton was expected to be at the center of a final reckoning, a political scandal, a power struggle within his own family, and perhaps even his death in a high-stakes conflict over the ranch. But with Costner gone, those outcomes either have to be rewritten around his absence or resolved off-screen, which diminishes their impact. Characters like Beth and Jamie were clearly on a collision course that needed more time to evolve. Their hatred was never going to be resolved easily, and many fans believed the show was building toward a Shakespearean betrayal involving one or both of them, and John in the middle. Now, with John likely exiting quietly or abruptly, the emotional climax between the siblings could feel hollow or incomplete. The depth and pacing Sheridan was known for have been compromised by the need to reach an ending sooner than expected. Ultimately, the ending fans will get is not the one the creators intended. While Sheridan is still at the helm and can deliver compelling drama in a short time, the original slow-burn legacy finale, one that could have echoed The Godfather or Dallas in scale, is no longer possible. The new ending may still have weight, but it's now about damage control, narrative patchwork, and doing the best possible job with a fractured final act. Reactions from the cast and crew. Kevin Costner's exit from Yellowstone didn't just leave fans reeling, it sparked a wave of reactions from the cast and crew as well. Many cast members expressed a mix of gratitude and shock. Cole Hauser, who plays Rip Wheeler, has spoken in interviews about the profound impact Costner had on the entire team, both as a mentor and a seasoned actor. While he didn't go into specifics about the departure, Hauser acknowledged that losing Costner as the show's lead creates a massive shift in the atmosphere, both on and off set. It's clear that for those who worked closely with Costner, this is more than just a professional loss. It's a deeply personal one, too. Kelly Reilly, beloved for her portrayal of Beth Dutton, has been more guarded in her comments, but she has hinted at the emotional weight of the change. Beth and John Dutton's fiery dynamic was one of the show's most compelling elements, and Reilly reportedly felt the loss of her on-screen father acutely. While she hasn't given an in-depth statement, Reilly has praised Costner's legendary approach to his craft and his ability to command a scene with seemingly effortless strength. It's not hard to see why his departure leaves an emotional void among the cast. Behind the scenes, some members of the crew reportedly found the transition challenging, especially with speculation about creative tensions between Costner and Taylor Sheridan. While Sheridan has largely remained tight-lipped, his focus seems to have shifted toward evolving the Yellowstone story without its anchor, John Dutton. Insiders have noted that the crew admired Costner's professionalism and leadership on set, which set the tone for the entire production. His ability to bring gravitas to John Dutton was something everyone respected, and it's left many wondering how the show will recreate that level of intensity in the wake of his absence. Despite the bittersweet departure, there has also been a sense of resolve among the cast and crew to carry the Yellowstone legacy forward. Some, like Wes Bentley, Jamie Dutton, have mentioned that the stakes feel higher than ever, pushing everyone to step up their game in Costner's absence. While the loss of such an iconic figure is undeniable, there's also a collective determination to honor his contributions by making the next chapter of Yellowstone just as unforgettable. The mixed emotions of loss, respect, and determination make this a pivotal moment, not just for the show, but for everyone involved. Impact on Paramount Plus and the Yellowstone franchise. Kevin Costner's early exit and Yellowstone's shortened run have major implications for Paramount Plus, both creatively and financially. As the platform's flagship original series, Yellowstone wasn't just a hit, it was the backbone of Paramount Plus's brand identity. Its massive success drew millions of subscribers and opened the door for an entire slate of spin-offs. With the original series ending sooner than expected, Paramount Plus is now faced with the challenge of keeping that audience engaged without the show that started it all. From a franchise perspective, this abrupt pivot forces Taylor Sheridan to accelerate the rollout and development of related shows like 1944, Four Sixes, and further seasons of 1923. While these projects are strong in their own right, they were originally meant to complement, not replace, Yellowstone. Now these spin-offs carry the pressure of not only continuing the story world, but also satisfying viewers who feel shortchanged by the sudden conclusion of the main series. The franchise's credibility is also on the line. Fans have invested years into Yellowstone, and a rushed ending could leave them disillusioned with the entire universe. That has ripple effects. If viewers lose trust in the storytelling, it could affect interest in future series, even ones that are narratively unrelated. Paramount Plus has to work carefully to manage fan expectations, deliver high-quality storytelling, and avoid the perception that they're simply scrambling to patch a hole left by Costner's departure. On the other hand, this shakeup could be an opportunity if handled strategically. A well-executed ending combined with a clear transition into new spin-offs and fresh characters could expand the universe in exciting ways. But that hinges on whether Paramount Plus and Sheridan can close the Yellowstone chapter in a way that feels intentional and earned rather than abrupt and incomplete. The franchise's long-term success now depends on how well they navigate this critical turning point. So there you have it. Yellowstone wasn't just a show, it was a slow-burning legacy. And Kevin Costner's departure didn't just change the ending, it changed the entire legacy. Whether you're still hoping for a proper send-off or already eyeing the spin-offs, one thing's clear. The story we were promised will never be told the way it was meant to. Drop a comment with your thoughts on how it should have ended. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more deep dives into the world of Yellowstone and beyond. The ranch may be closing its gates, but the story isn't over.